Hello, this is Roth Conrad on American Safari. Today I'm in the kitchen with the notorious Italian Nino Pinelli. Sometimes magnificent, sometimes astounding, never boring. Today he's going to be showing us how to cook a few of his favorite or easiest dishes or something like that, right?
I think it's going to be like a lunch. I was going to get a little complicated, then I woke up this morning and my baby was crying. I think he has chicken pox. So when your baby has chicken pox, I'm going to give you a lunch to cook when baby has chicken pox.
There we go.
Come on, I'll show you what we're working with today.
Okay.
I thought I'd carry a common theme of mushrooms throughout the entire dish. It's just going to be a simple salad, a bruschetta, and a spaghetti with mushrooms. We have cremini mushrooms, we have sweet onions, heirloom tomatoes, shallots, pasta, spaghetti. I baked a ciabatta this afternoon, Parmesan cheese, basil, lemon, Worcester sauce, olive oil, lettuce, romaine, organic, please, come on. Did I say butter, egg, anchovies?
Just now.
Salt, Dijon mustard, pepper, and maybe cream. I'm not sure if we're going to use it, but I want to have it just in case, because you never know. And a little garlic. Hold on a sec. And a little garlic.
A little garlic. It's a beautiful spread.
All right, then let's get to it. Let's break this down and get cooking.
All right, here we go.
Okay, my little trick with lettuce is some people, and I don't care what you say. If you feel like I'm wasting, but there are certain ends of the brown lettuce that my wife will not eat, even though I know it's full of vitamins. I put it back to the garden, let it compost. I don't feel that guilty. If I threw it in the trash, I probably wouldn't feel so great. But anyway, what I do is I'll give my lettuce a slice like this, like this, like this, before I put it in the salad spinner. So I got it in bite size. Because the worst is when you get a piece of lettuce that's about that big, full of dressing. You can't eat it. Alrighty, we'll leave this aside and let's work on the dressing. We're going to take a little spin on the classic Caesar salad. We're going to make it fresh from scratch, but since we're doing mushrooms as our common theme today, I want to saute the mushrooms, and I want to saute them with a little bit of garlic and a little bit of anchovies, and then I'll use some fresh garlic when we're making the paste. Let's move over to the range. Let's get this nice and hot. I got this little bottle of anchovies because you know what happens when you use anchovies? You buy it in a tin and you use a couple fillets, you put tin foil over it, you put it in the back of the fridge, and there it remains until someone accidentally spills it over. And then you have to clean the fridge. So I get a little one so I don't waste, and I usually always get it in the jar because I can reseal it. The tin is great if you're going to use it all, but what a pain. We're going to take one. Nothing wrong with using your fingers. And I'm not going to make a lot. I'm just using this just to get a nice base. Come on, pups. All right. Now, if you take a peek inside, you'll see there aren't that many anchovies in there. It's just a couple. Throw about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We'll get our heat up. And we'll throw, let's say, 1/4 cup of mushrooms, give or take, I don't know. Chop. Now, what I want to do is I just want to cook them till they're soft, and then we're going to break this down into a paste. Now, we got our heat. We're going to let this go, and I'm just going to put the cloves in whole, just to soften them up a little bit. I don't really want to brown the cloves, but I do want to soften them up a little bit. And I'm going to keep this garlic clove on the side for later. Don't forget, folks, don't forget to compost. You can compost everything. A little salt to pull the water out of those mushrooms. And you can't see the anchovies because, basically an anchovy looks like a mushroom.
Yeah, we blend right in there. I like the sound.
Let's leave those in there. Now we'll let those go for, let's say, probably 2 or 3 minutes. And in the meantime, we can get our bowl out for a salad. Let's see. Use this. Alright, we're going to just transfer this to the bowl. We just take it like we would normally do when we're making a standard Caesar. We take our lemon. We take our mustard, Dijon. We take an egg. You know, the FDA now says you cannot use egg in your Caesar dressings. Restaurants can't use it because of salmonella and all that crap. But
at home, doesn't matter, huh?
At home it doesn't matter, and I don't really care. I mean, I think the eggs are organic. I think they're free range. Let's not forget our salt. Now, I don't like to overdo salt, but I had an argument with a friend when I was a kid about salt because my father was really anti-salt. He says, if you eat too much salt, you can never taste the food. And I realized there is some truth to that, but let's be honest. Cooking isn't cooking without salt. What am I going to do now is I'm going to mash this into a paste, like this. You know what I might do is I might throw a half a clove or less, but just a little bit of fresh garlic to give it some of that bite that roasted garlic tends to lose. Looks pretty good.
The seeds out?
Yeah, and you're going to get some in here. You can pull them out, or you can say whoever gets a seed does the dishes.
I'm just going to swallow one if I get it.
Yeah. You can always just take them out, fish them out. That's what I do. Now you can use a little bit of red wine vinegar, if you like, when the lemon isn't juicy, but really, lemon is really all you need.
Yeah, that lemon looks plenty juicy, too.
Sure. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Out! Alright, we're going to make our mayonnaise now. We're going to take our egg.
So that's how you get rid of the egg white, and it's just a.
Get rid of that egg white and use that yolk. I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, egg yolk. But if you look in any mayonnaise jar, the ingredients are egg yolks, vegetable oil, salt, vinegar.
And why don't you use the white?
I don't know. They just don't.
Have you ever tried it with the white?
I haven't, but you know, I don't mess with the rules, and I haven't. There's a rule, you know. There's something about the whites that don't lend itself to the creaminess of the yolk.
And so that's about it, huh?
That's about it. All I want to do is I want to clean up right now, and I want to grate some Parmesan cheese. So you just hang out. It'll be like time travel for you guys, and we'll be right back with American Safari. It's called Parmigiano Reggiano for a reason. It's the king of all cheeses. It is the undisputed king of cheeses. And don't be shy with the cheese. Now, I think that's probably enough for our salad. So you want to coat it. And after you coat the leaves, then go ahead and add your Parmesan. Alright. And the Parmesan will then stick. Don't make the mistake of putting the Parmesan first before you mix. Because you need that. You need the moisture. You need it. You need it. And now it looks like our salad is pretty much done. The only thing, and it is required, is that you crack some fresh black pepper. And again, personally, Caesar salad with fresh black pepper, very hard to overdo it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, moving on.
Okay. We'll be right back with the pasta next or the bruschetta?
We're going to make the bruschetta next.